Just over 30 days of racing remain in the 2017-18 Volvo Ocean Race, as the fleet continues its charge northwards on Leg 8 to Newport, Rhode Island. The teams are looking to secure every point possible, with the overall race finish in The Hague at the end of June now looming large. In the opening days of the Leg North, the two powerhouses at the top of the leaderboard, Dongfeng Race Team and Mapfre, led the fleet away from Brazil. Getting back into the daily routines aboard proved to be tough for some.
It was a pretty hard first few days to get back into the rhythm because we got into a good sleep pattern ashore and it was quite nice on shore, so yeah, a bit hard to get back into the sleeping and all that, but slowly getting back into it.
3 days into the leg and the fleet found themselves navigating through the oil drilling platforms off the coast of Brazil as they battled tack for tack, looking for the optimum position before the long hitch north. D. Kafarian turned the tide on plastic, took an easterly position on the fleet, and with few maneuvers, it was a straight boat speed contest up the coast of Brazil.
Delighted to be able to come on deck and tell everyone that we were the fastest boat in the sked. We're all heading in exactly the same direction, so it's not from being higher or lower. I think overall we've just got more breeze, which is why we positioned ourselves out furthest east, so it all seems to be paying off. The fruits of our labour will pay off, hopefully.
The easterly move paid off for the UN flag team. Sailing in stronger winds produced faster speeds and an 11-mile lead over Vestas 11th Hour Racing and Dongfeng Race Team. Cloud systems provided challenging and frustrating conditions. One team finding itself on the losing end of the ordeal was the former overall race leader Mapfre, at one stage falling 45 miles behind the leaders.
It's true that we lost so many miles in almost 12 hours or 15 hours, and just because with cloud we don't expect that much lose with Dongfeng and Vestas. Yeah, it's been a hard day for us on board. That's what it is.
A week into the leg and the fleet passed the northeast corner of Brazil, staying close to the coast in favourable winds and a strong northerly current. Turn the tide on plastic's time out front slowly evaporated as Vestas 11th Hour Racing, Dongfeng Race Team and Team Brunel all took turns pushing for the lead.
We had a big letdown on port. Unfortunately, it's meant it's kind of squashed the fleet up a bit. We've made some good gains on D, but also Dongfeng and Brunel, who are just on our hip there, have also closed up a bit. But we certainly got ourselves a boat race now.
With the leading four boats split by just 4 miles, Dongfeng Race Team opted for 2 extra jibes to position themselves further to the west of the fleet in search of favourable winds. The strategic move put Dongfeng Race Team behind on the water, but set the team up for their approach to the equator and the trade winds to the north.
We have a lot of rain, we have not a lot of wind. It's a bit the mess. To find the way to cross the dog ground, it's not easy to decide what we have to do.
Near the halfway point of the leg, Mapfre reported issues with the electrical systems on their boat, which restricted their use of digital instruments, as well as being able to move the keel, both essential to the overall performance of the boat.
Main fuses blew away and a couple more as well, and consequence of that was a few instruments they just broke, like a PLC, the most important one antenna, satellite antenna, and a few more things, but right now the bigger problem we're trying to solve is PLC, because we cannot control the keel, not with the electric or the main engine, so I don't know, we try to make some bridges and try to open the valves manually and see if it works.
But after making a fix, Mapfre started to make gains, cutting the gap to the leading pack to just 30 miles as they crossed the equator. Out in front was Team Brunel. For Ballabecking and his team, the race has almost restarted after winning leg 7 catapulted the team from 6th to 3rd place, and within 10 points of the top-ranked Dongfeng Race Team. Bow to bow with the leaders, Team Brunel fought hard on the approach to the equator, where Nina Curtis, the team's newest crew member, would be obliged to pay her respects to King Neptune for the first time.
King Neptune came and he took all the joy out of my life. Took my hair, took off my eyebrow.
Looking great.
Vestas 11th Hour Racing would lead the fleet across the equator, typically notorious for its fickle doldrums conditions. However, the fleet made good speeds on this fourth and final crossing, with the promise of picking up the steady northeast trade winds as they point their bows at the Newport finish line just over 1 week away.